question.
What?
David Bowie question.
Hang on, the microphone man. Down here, sorry, this lady here first.
Sorry. I was wondering, based on how being a band that focuses so much on performing live, how does your energy translate to working on a record in a studio, especially with the different producers you use?
In what way translate? What do you mean? Like, how do we adapt them from the studio hit records into live? Or, I mean, there are some songs that are great in the studio and then just aren't that great live. Like often the singles, which is certainly in the last number of years. So we'll learn the single, we'll play it in 2 gigs, and then we'll go, nah. And it's great on record, but it just doesn't quite translate here. There are certain songs that just have a way of communicating or connecting to people that's more exciting. I mean, it's one of our faults, really, is that we often neglect songs that are effortless to us. And we like the songs that are more of a challenge, or we like the songs that are take us into areas we haven't been in. So for years we didn't play Say Something because it was too easy. And then after a while we went, that's a really good song, what are we doing? You know, and when we did Sinead O'Connor's song, I Defeat, no, we won't release it as a single. And like years later we're like, why didn't we release that song as a single with Sinead? It was so beautiful. So we can be our own worst enemy sometimes, but other times it's seeing that certain songs work great in a live performance and other ones don't work so well. One more question? Sorry.
Hi, we love you guys. A few years ago, my husband and I saw you all at Franklin Music Hall, and Tim, I watched you climb a tower of speakers. We were on the 2nd floor by the bar, and you, without missing anything in the song, walked across the edge of that ledge and continued singing, and it was incredible. And my question for you is, what is the craziest thing that you've done to interact with your fans? Because we've seen you now, and you know, interacting with the fans is really big, and I know we saw a lot. Andy came up last time too, so that.
I think we're amazed that other bands don't interact or look at the audience. It's so strange. You know, we're here to communicate, and that often involves eye contact in a conversation. Yes. I don't often walk on lips of balcony. There are certain moments where you just feel like you can do something and you do it, and then afterwards your friends go, what the fuck were you doing? And you go, oh yeah, okay. So it doesn't happen that often. I put it in my novel. It became a big scene in my novel. It doesn't end so well for the singer in the novel.
We still talk about it.
Oh, spoiler alert. The craziest thing I think we probably ever did, to some degree, was when we were stuck on a Lollapalooza tour, 6 weeks around America with Korn, Tool, Snoop Dogg, Tricky, and the audiences, 20,000 people, hated us. And we came out to play our melodic songs to essentially a Korn and Tool audience. Faggots, faggots, screaming abuse. Oh my God. So the 3rd gig in, we discovered these mirrorball shirts, pastel-coloured mini dresses, and we were like, okay, let's go that way. And so we all dressed up in matching mirrorball tops, swords, and mini skirt, and he wrote, fuck me on his legs. And they would shout out faggots, and I'd go, I appreciate the fact that you're attracted to me enough to inquire about the nature of my sexuality. And whereas, you know, Saul, a bit more to the point, would go, you, I want you to so we would stir up the answers. And then we were like, we wanted to make this like, okay, we're going to hiss 6 weeks with Mabel, remember this. And then after about 2 weeks, this guy in the front row screaming abuse. And these, you know, the cameras, some big screens, and I'm off the stage. It was really one of the first times I really got in an audience. And I just go up to him and I sing to him. And at the end of the song, he does this. And he says, "Will you give me a hug?"
Oh.
I give him a hug and I look around and there's still banks of people. And I start walking around to all the most hostile people. And I never get, I did it every day, 2 songs every day in the gigs. Never got punched. I'd sit in their laps, they'd give me drinks, they'd try and give me drugs, they'd try anything to get rid of me. But no one hit me. And it was a revelation about like, oh, you know, actually if you take a song to someone, what are they going to do, hit you? And it was a real breakthrough for me. So that was probably my craziest thing. But it led to a whole new way of performing for me.